tayo ng Math-aral. Sa Math, walang maiiwan. Math-sayang Math-aral tayo ng Math-tuto, upang ikayo masenso. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina, 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 Math-aral na tayo.
Thank you, Ma'am Almaraz. Finally, we are done with our lessons for the grade 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's have now our lessons for the senior high school. To discuss the lesson for the general mathematics, she is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and a graduate of Master of Science in Mathematics Education. Please welcome Miss Gloria R. Rosero.
Good day mga Batang MANDunong. I am Gloria Rosero of Isaac Lopez Integrated School. In this video, I will be discussing Module 7 and Quarter 3 of Statistics and Probability Grade 11 with the following competencies. Number 1. Illustrating a normal random variable and its characteristics. Number 2. Identifying regions under the normal curve corresponding to different standard normal values. After this video, you will be able to illustrate a normal random variable and its characteristics. Identify regions under the normal curve that corresponds to different standard normal values. From our past lessons, we studied about random variables. Random variables are very important in statistics and probability. The probability distribution of a random variable can be discrete or continuous. The discrete random variable is one which takes distinct values. For example, consider a random variable x representing coin flip. Continuous random variables are those variables which will take any value between arrays. For example, consider an experiment on exact weight of some random students in public schools. Remember, discrete is for counting and continuous is for measuring. And these are the graphical representations of discrete random variable and continuous random variable. In Module 6, you learned on how to solve for the mean, variance, and standard deviation of probability distribution of continuous random variable. Let us answer the recap on your module. In this are the formulas to find the mean, the variance, and standard deviation of probability distribution on continuous random variable. On this lecture, I will teach you how to find the mean, the variance, and standard deviation using Excel with the use of these formulas. Okay, to use this Excel, make a table of 5 columns. Okay, namely as this. Then for the first column, okay, type the values of x. Then for the second column, the values of the p of x. For the third column, we have the product of x and p of x. Okay, to complete this column, press equal, then left arrow for the x, asterisk, then left arrow for the first p of x, then enter. Okay, to complete the other rows, just drag it down. Okay, then to solve for the mean, to find for the mean, okay, press equal. You know that the mean is the summation of x and p of x. Therefore, get the sum of this column. Okay, that is sum. Then highlight, enter. Okay, this is now the mean. Okay, to find for the variance and standard deviation, complete these two columns. For the x squared, okay, just multiply the x by itself. Okay, then drag down. For the last column, we have x squared times p of x, therefore equals, then x squared, then asterisk p of x. Okay, then drag down. Okay, we have now here the sum of x squared times p of x. Okay, to solve for the variance, that is equal to the summation of x squared, okay, then minus the square of the mu. Okay, therefore, okay, times na lang natin ito sa sarili niya. Okay. Okay, that is now the variance. Okay. Round off to the nearest hundredths. Therefore, this will become 1 and 41 hundredths. Okay. For the standard deviation, just get the square root of the variance. Just press equal, then find the square root. This one. Okay, then click the variance and enter. Okay, there you have it. You have now the value of the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation. If we randomly sample 100 individuals, we would expect to see a normal distribution frequency curve for many continuous variables, such as IQ, height, weight, and blood pressure. The normal distribution is the most important probability distribution in statistics because many continuous data in nature and psychology. The term normal refers to the fact that this kind of distribution occurs in many different kinds of common measurement. The normal random variable is a continuous random variable x in the normal equation as shown. Here is the normal equation. Here, the Greek letter sigma and mu are parameters that represent standard deviation and population mean, respectively. The rest are constants. However, we will not dealing with the computation of f of x here, but to get familiarized with this equation. What are the properties of a normal probability distribution? Number 1. A normal probability distribution is a bell shape. Number 2. The curve is symmetric about its mean. When you said symmetric, it means that these two parts have the same area. Number 3. The mean is equal to the median and to the mode. Number 4. The spread of the curve depends on the standard deviation of the distribution. If a variable has a higher standard deviation, that is, if a wider spread of values is possible, then the curve will be broader and shorter. However, if the standard deviation is small, where most values occur very close to the mean, the curve will be narrow and tall in the middle. The yellow curve has the largest standard deviation, while the blue curve has the smallest. The mean of these three curves is 0, while the mean of this green curve is -2. Number 5. The tails of the curve flatten out indefinitely along the horizontal axis. It means that the tail is asymptotic to the x-axis. Ito po yung isa sa mga term sa math na merong sad story, yung mga tipong pinagtagpo pero di tinadhana. The last property, the area under the curve is 1. When the mean of normal probability distribution is 0 and standard deviation is 1, it is called standard normal curve. To this point, we have been using x to denote the variable of interest. However, when using a standard normal distribution, we will use z to refer to a variable in the context of a standard normal distribution. Since the area under the standard curve is 1, we can begin to more precisely define the probabilities of specific observation. For any given z-score, we can compute the area under the curve to the left of the z-score using the z-table. To find the area under the normal curve, given a z-value, follow the steps. Okay, step number 1, express the given z-value into a 3-digit form. If the given is more than 3 digits, round off it first to the nearest hundreds. Step number 2, using the z-table, find the first 2 digits on the left column. Step number 3, match the third digit with the appropriate column on the right. Step number 4, read the area or probability at the intersection of the row and the column. This is the required area. Therefore, the area to the left of z less than or equal to negative 2 and 1800ths is equal to 146 10,000ths. Since that the table I used was 5-digit number, I rounded off the answer to the nearest 10,000ths. Kasi usually yun naman talaga. Yun lang naman yung ginagamit. For example, find and shade the area to the left of z is equal to 2800ths. If you're asked to shade the area, first you're going to locate the z 2800ths. Approximately, we can say that it's here. Approximately, z equals 2800 is here, then to the left. Okay, you're going to shade to the left. Therefore, you're going to find for the area of this shaded region. If the shaded area is more than the half of the bell curve, use the other z-table with positive z values. To find for the area to the left of z equals 2800ths, okay, first locate the first 2 digits on the first column. Okay, the 0.2 or 2/10. Okay, then on the first row, we're going to locate the third digit, which is 0.08. Okay, then the intersection of these two, okay, this is now the area. Therefore, the area of this is equal to 0.6103. Another example, find and shade the area above c equals negative 1500ths. Okay, to shade, first we're going to locate the z which is equal to negative 1500ths. Approximately negative 15 will be here. Okay. Then, above. When you said above, again, to the right. Okay, shade to the right. Oops, dapat yan lagpas. Okay, that is the required area for z equal to the right of z equals negative 1500ths. Since the shaded area is more than the half, we will use again the z-table with positive values. First, locate the first 2 digits with a 0.1 on the first column. This is 0.1. Then the third digit, which is 5. Therefore, you're going to locate the 0.05. Then the intersection is 0.5596. Okay, this is the required area. Another example, find and shade the area above the z equals 1 and 7500ths. Okay, first, to shade, allocate 1 and 75 hundredths approximately. That is here. Then it says above, therefore, here is the shaded region. Since the shaded region is less than the half, we will use the z table with negative z values. Locate first the 1 and 7/10 on the first column, then 0.05 on the first row. Okay, then the intersection will be the area, and that is 0.0401. For the last example, find and shade the area between z equals -1 and z equals 1 and 5/10. Okay, to find the region, shade the area that corresponds to z equals -1 and z equals 1 and 5/10, approximately here in between. Therefore, you are asked to find the area of this region. Okay, to find the area of this region, you have first, you can use the left or to the right, but let us find the area to the left. Okay, first, we're going to find the area to the left of 1 and 5/10. Looking at your z table, it will give you 0.9332. The area is 0.9332. Then look for the area to the left of -1. Okay, to the left of -1, you're going to look at the negative z value. And the area is 0.1587. To find the intersection of the two, we will subtract these two areas. Okay, that is 9332 minus 0.1587. That will give you 7,745 10,000. Okay, to check yung sagot natin kanina, pwede tayong gumamit ng app. Okay, itong GeoGebra, click lang natin to, or mag-download po kayo. Okay, pag in-open natin, pag naka-download na kayo, ito yung makikita nyo. Okay, then find the probability calculator. Saan nyo makikita? Click nyo lang yung view, then probability calculator. Hindi to siya, kaya para siya yung dito sa gitna, i-exit natin to. Okay, yan yung itsura. Then, dito yung magdidetermine kung nasaan yung hinahanap na area. It's either to the left, in between, or to the right. Take note, kapag sa problem, wala pong naka-indicate na to the left or below, or to the right or above, understood na to the left yung gagamitin ninyo. Okay, let us try to answer the given a while ago, which is to the left of 2800. To the left, ito yung inyong i-click. Okay, then type nyo dito yung 2800, then enter. Ito yung inyong shaded region. Ito naman yung area or the probability. Okay, try natin yung to the right naman. To the right. Okay, ito yung i-click. Okay, ang given natin kanina is negative 0 and 1500. Okay, enter. This is the shaded region. This is the area. Okay, how about yung sa between? Okay, pag between, ito naman yung i-click. Okay, given natin kanina between -1 and 1 and 5/10. Enter nyo lang. Okay, ito na yung shaded area ninyo. Ito na yung area. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Lalong-lalo na yung mga estudyante ko sa Isaac Lopez Integrated School. Naway may natutunan kayo sa video na ito.
Thank you, Ma'am Rosero. This week activities will not be possible without the help of our supportive, diligent, and beautiful inside and out mathematics coordinator. Let's hear a message from Mrs. Talma F. Pavilion.
Math-sayang Math-aral. I am honored and humbled that I was given the chance to speak to you today. I'd like to take a moment to thank a group of people who really made this program possible. To the STO MANDunong family, headed by Dr. Romela M. Cruz, to our Education Program Supervisor in Mathematics, Sir Resty Irodemas, who created Project SOAR and provided us with an endless support. And also, I'd like to extend our deepest gratitude to Sir Reynaldo Collado, the Chairman of Technical Committee of Mathematics for Project SOAR. To my colleagues who are part of the Math Buddies for Q3 Week 7 of Project SOAR. Thank you for accepting the challenge and bringing pride to the Mathematics Department of Isaac Lopez Integrated School. To our beloved principal, who always pushes us to better our best and make ILIS the greatest in his humble and compassionate ways. Sir Roberto P. Redobante, thank you very much. To our learners, these efforts are dedicated to all of you, wishing to achieve your goal to better your best. Mga batang mandunong, walang maiiwan, lahat kabahagi ng bilang.